Hello, this is Mike Fauché. I want to talk about a slightly different product today. It's the GVM mini slider. Hope you enjoy the video. Okay, let's get into the product. You know, I'm always constantly looking for products that kind of help my workflow a little bit easier. And I've always been a big fan of GVM products. I've got one of their kind of mid-range power sliders that I use on a lot of my videos, as well as, outside my videos. I take it with me sometimes, but it's obviously pretty bulky. It's probably around 3 feet or so. So it makes it a little bit impractical to just carry around all the time. And so I ran across this particular product, which was a mini slider, which is something I could actually just toss anywhere and just kind of bring it with me. And I thought, this would be a great thing to have in my toolbox. So I went ahead and I picked it up because the price was just unbelievably low. It's around $39.99. And so I was pretty excited, had high expectations of the product. But let me kind of give you a little bit of an overview here of how it works. This basically mounts on a tripod stand. And from that, once it's mounted, it actually uses the dual rails to give you longer than expected travel. So the slider can actually, go a little further than what you would think about the physical size. So, and the device itself is, extremely short. So the concept is really clever, and I've seen this on some of the higher end sliders. They use the same concept. The problem I had with it, when you move it like this, you can kind of see it's pretty smooth. I mean, obviously, when you feel it, you'll feel that there's a little bit of what I'll call the square bearing feel to it in certain spots. Something that might actually wear down and break in over time. But that's kind of where the love stopped. Because when I run it on the table like this, it's fine. When I mount it on the tripod, what ends up happening is you end up, when it's mounted, because the travel is so far, that what happens is it binds on this bearing down here. So as you further out you get, the rougher the action becomes. And it's extremely aggravating because it's almost impossible to get a very smooth flow. Now this could really be unique to this particular slider. Maybe I just got a bad one, but I'm thinking for $39 that's probably how they're made. If to be fair, I use this on I've got a bridge camera actually that I use to do a lot of my videos, and it's pretty heavy, it's pretty bulky, and claims to be within the weight of the device, but it's kind of seems to be pushing it on the outer edge a little bit. If you put your iPhone on there, or a smaller camera, you might have better results. So in all fairness, I've tested it with a fairly heavy camera, and it's just not going to cut it. Anyway, if you do decide to try one, just bear that in mind. It's probably going to be it's probably not going to be the smoothest thing you've ever bought. It is really handy. It is really a nice, it's a real sweet spot to carry around between functionality and portability. But be cautious about how much weight you put on it, and be cautious if it binds as it gets to the end. And if you can work within that, the $39 price tag, it's a great thing to have in your toolbox. It's just not working out for what I wanted it. I'm going to have to try something else. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for listening, and don't forget to subscribe.